It's Sunday 7th of April and got a little interesting stuff for you today. As you can see, when the executor office is occupied, all lower officers or false officers are naturally bound to perform the highest level of service possible, so the executor is protected and the office is defended. When you function in the executor office of the estate, you deny everyone from exercising a presumption of authority to administrate the estate. Courts are administrative. Once the executor steps up and occupies the executor office, then there are no longer any illegal or inferior trustee positions unless appointed by the executor. They are cancelled. The executor overrides them all. Anyone still acting would be a trespass executor decentor activities. Now, if you don't understand what that means, you're going to have to do some research. But basically, you know what you're doing. You get into the office of executor, you are virtually untouchable, especially by administrative courts, which is what we have in the UK at the moment, which are totally unlawful as well. Do you know about the Cancer Act 1939? As it's actually a criminal act to cure cancer, yes, you did hear that correctly, it is a criminal act to cure cancer. Now, why would they make it a criminal act to cure cancer? Because they knew they were going to give as many as they could cancer, and pharma was going to make a massive amount of money from its poisonous, toxic shit that they give you. To cure cancer under the 1939 Cancer Act, which criminalises medical practitioners from even advising patients on such cures. Wouldn't that in fact make it a fraudulent act for cancer charities to accept money under the presumption they will search for a cure, but in fact it's a criminal act for them to even publicise such cures? Check it yourself, people. Google Cancer Act 1939 or DuckDuckGo, there are all other search engines better than that shitty one. That's still active to this day, and medical practitioners are being prosecuted in America when jailed for curing cancer. Just like David Noakes, jailed for curing cancer. This criminal cabal of dictators known as government need taking out. Not for a meal. And now it's time to manipulate your emotions with scary measles stories designed to sell more vaccines for our big pharma advertisers. Tory tax and benefit changes coming in today leave poorer households around £1,000 worse off, but higher earners get to trouser an extra £500. A study by the Fabian Society reveals that nearly half of the savings made from benefit cuts between 2010 and 2019 were used to give tax cuts to business and the rich. Tories, the reverse Robin Hoods. Israel's other occupied territory. Here's the deal, Americans. Israel is not your friend, and they never have been. They are your #1 enemy and your worst effing nightmare. Zionist Jews are holding our entire government hostage and controlling everyone with the financial system. Wake the F up already. Can we fix it? No, it's effed. And that's Parliament not leaving Europe. Rare photo of the UK leaving the EU. Symptoms are not enemies to be destroyed, but sacred messages who encourage us to take better care of ourselves. Unlike Big Pharma, who mask the symptoms. Don't cure it, they just stop you feeling what your body's saying, hey, there's something wrong with you, and they mask that system. That's why Big Pharma is nothing but a crooked criminal cartel, just like Nottingham City Council. 32 people sick from E. coli and all lettuce gets pulled off the shelf. 42 kids injured from vaccine in 2018 and nobody bats an eye. Never forget, on September 10th, 2001, Pentagon announced 2.3 trillion missing. Next day, the Twin Towers were attacked, destroying evidence of the false flag operation. MSM falsely reported WTC7 before it happened, and you can still see that. Well, you used to be able to see it, you should still be able to see. Jane Stanley, the BBC reporter, stood on TV live to the UK reporting that World Trade Center 7, also known as the Solomon Brothers building, had also collapsed. And yet, if you look behind her over her left shoulder, that's World Trade Center 7 still standing while she's telling you it's already collapsed. But keep thinking everything isn't a rich man's trick to enslave citizens for a one world government. I think it's time people stop hiding behind the idea of vaccine choice. Vaccines are poison. A parent should not have the legal right to poison their children. Vaccines should be eliminated and made illegal. Should it be my choice to feed my children cyanide? Should I be able to put bleach in their juice? No, then I should not be allowed to inject them with poison either. NHS privatisation, one step closer as Tories dish out 35 million in new contracts in just 6 weeks to private companies. Accusations comes after Health Secretary claimed there would be no privatisation of NHS under my watch. Lying bastard. Labour has warned that the UK government's agenda of privatising the NHS has come one step closer after the Tories tendered 35 million in new contracts to private companies in just 6 weeks. And when we all know that whenever they privatise anything, it goes to shit. Just look at the rail service. Labour has slammed the Health Secretary after it emerged the Tories have tendered 19 new NHS contracts since mid-February. Further analysis undertaken for Labour reveals that a total of 21 NHS contracts worth a staggering 127 million are currently out to tender, including a 91 million contract to run an NHS 111 clinical assessment service in the southeast of England. We need to stop these bastards. Traitors, treasonous bastards, the lot of them. Judge rules against Rockland County state of emergency over measles outbreak. Rockland County, New York, WABC, a judge has ruled on behalf of several dozen parents who challenged Rockland County emergency order banning children from public places unless they've been vaccinated against measles. A state Supreme Court judge made the ruling Friday on the legality of Rockland County Executive Ed Day's order, which is part of the efforts to stop the measles outbreak that has infected more than 160 people since October. Measles, wow, oh, I've had measles, oh, and now it's gone. Oh, I've had the vaccination and now I'm dead. The 30-day order, enacted on March 26, banned unvaccinated people under 18 years of age from gathering in places including schools, stores, churches and public transportation. The lawsuit was filed by civil rights lawyer Michael Sussman on behalf of parents of unvaccinated students at Green Meadow Waldorf School in Chestnut Ridge. Sussman called Day's action arbitrary and capricious. And it's all a scam to try and get the kids poisoned and murdered. In fact, he wants charging with attempted murder. Former Brexit Minister, we are ready to thrive after no deal. Former Brexit Minister Chris Harris has reiterated that the required preparations have been made to leave the European Union without a deal, undermining Theresa May's ridiculous decision to seek any bad EU deal instead of taking back control on WTO terms. The Tory MP recently resigned as Brexit Minister, saying he is his resignation letter to the Prime Minister, I truly believe our country would have swiftly overcome any immediate issue of leaving without a deal and gone to thrive. This is important as in Heaton Harris' own words, I've had the responsibility to coordinate our preparations for it. We were to leave the European Union without a negotiated deal. The politician who knows more than anyone about the specific preparations that have been made believes the UK is ready and able to succeed without an EU deal. Devastatingly, his letter made the accusation that the briefings May has received on no deal did not reflect all they, civil servants, have achieved in preparing, and he resigned once it was clear May did not want to leave with no deal, making his job irrelevant. Heaton Harris reveals more details in today's Telegraph, making the point against that my role as a minister in the Brexit department, helping to coordinate our preparations for it if the UK needed to leave the EU without a negotiated deal, had been made irrelevant by decisions in government, or the treasonous bitch. Theresa May begs for another Brexit delay. Oh, let's just not bother leaving at all, because that's what she's after in the first place. Theresa May capped off another week of sickening Westminster betrayal by sending a grovelling letter to the European Union this morning begging for yet another delay to Brexit. She promised over 100 times that we would leave on May 29th. It was then delayed up to April 12th, and now it will be delayed till June 30th, and then it will be delayed even further because she's a treasonous cow doing her master's bidding, if not later, since Donald Tusk wants a delay until March 31st next year. But by kicking the can down the road yet again, she is paving the way for a set of European Parliament elections that will be absolutely brutal for our worthless, out-of-touch political class. Government preparations for the vote are already well underway. In 2014, Nigel Farage rocked the establishment by leading UKIP to victory in the European Parliament elections. Today he confirmed that he'll do the same on May 23rd for the Brexit Party. Yeah, all bullshit. Brexiteers need to be ready to send a big message to Westminster elites in May and remind them that there are serious electoral consequences for subverting the will of the people. He's just controlled opposition. DWP, Department for Work and Pensions, paid £315,000 for single Gogglebox advert. Recently wrote about the Department of Work and Pensions collaborating with Channel 4's popular programme Gogglebox. In an exclusive, I can reveal that the single 2-minute advert cost us, the taxpayer, a staggering £315,000. The DWP was being accused of wasting taxpayer cash, as it has emerged they paid the production company on the popular Channel 4 show Gogglebox $315,000. I submitted a freedom of information request on March 23rd using the website whatdotheyknow.com, and that's where you can issue your freedom of information request if you didn't know. Whatdotheyknow.com, and then just search who you want to ask it of. In my request, I asked the Department for Work and Pensions, I am writing to the request how much was paid to the production company of Channel 4 programme Gogglebox for their collaboration with you. This is in regard to the collaboration with Gogglebox, which was promoted by Amber Rudd and also your Director of Communications. The service advertised was work and pensions. See, they're throwing money away left, right and centre and throwing people off, sanctioning others. They're out of control. We need to end the government and end the DWP, or at least put someone in charge that actually is working for us and not the corporations. CDC head forced to resign after she's caught buying shares in vaccine and big tobacco companies. The head of the CDC has been forced to resign after her potentially illegal ties to Big Pharma and Big Tobacco were just exposed in a scathing report. A scathing report has just revealed that the new former head of the Centre for Disease Control, Brenda Fitzgerald, was purchasing shares in drug companies as well as big tobacco, while heading up the organisation ostensibly devoted to health, although it's not really. The hypocritical nature of her position at the CDC, while simultaneously investing in companies contrary to her mission, exposes the true control industry have over allegedly objective government agencies. The link's in the description if you want to read the full article, but it's more of what we expect. UK police ready 10,000 riot officers as fears Brexit tension could worsen. They're getting ready because they know we've had enough. Police officers raised their batons during a protest against Conservative Party in London. Reuters. Thousands of police officers trained in quelling disorder during civil unrest are standing by to be deployed in the event tensions over Brexit overspill into violence on the streets of Britain, according to top police chief. The head of National Police Chief Council, Chief Constable Charlie Hall, Freemason, has revealed that at least 10,000 officers have been amassed training in tactics to stop looting. It's greater numbers than was deployed during the riots that battered England in the summer of 2011. He claims that the reinforcements for local police could begin within an hour of a request and take up to 8 hours to fully deliver, insisting we would easily run that at the pace of the first 7 days. It comes as concerns are being raised that rhetoric sounding the Brexit debate could be contributing to inflaming tensions. By design. They want you all out there complaining, fighting, moaning, so that they can bring in a dictatorship, which we're already in. Telegraph. Furious Tory activists go on strike as May woos Corbyn. Whoopie-doo. More smoke and mirrors. Tiger rolls leap to greatness with second Grand National win. Duke joins rank of Her Majesty's Secret Service. Slimy bastard. Parasite. The Observer. Furious Tories MP will bid to oust May if UK fights Europol. Party fears election will boost far right. PM Brexit could slip round our fingers. Contract staff left behind as NHS pay rises. Express. Parasite Williams spies for Britain on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Bond star Royal joins MI5 and MI6 on mission to fight terror threats. No, you are the terror threat, you lying piece of shit. The Fail. How to protect your cash from Corbyn. How to protect your cash from the government. That'd be more interesting. Duchess tells Price she doesn't want men in suits to deliver baby. Meghan snubbed to Queen's doctors. Mirror. My life with wild dad Danny Dyer. My brother Mick is lucky to be alive. Will joins real life James Bond. Parasitical scumbag. Salisbury Poison exclusive. Did your country kill my girlfriend? Dramatic moment. Novichok victim confronts Putin's ambassador to UK. Russians deny blame, saying their nerve agent would have killed everyone. So it's let's have a go at Russia again time. And what did Putin come out and say recently? Oh yeah, that the West's governments are satanic paedophiles. It's blatantly obvious to anyone that's paying attention. Waste of paper, Star. Amanda and Alicia back with a bang. BGT Glee. Police report on big name star. Prem footy ace filmed sex assault. Dirty perverts. People. I'm not going to talk about that satanic piece of shit. Hitman wants IVF from behind bars. Furious murderer whines he was right to be dad. He has right to be dad. Sunday Times. Labour's hate file exposes Corbyn's anti-Semite army. Oh, piss off with your anti-Semite. That's bullshit. Not that Corbyn died, but the anti-Semite. They pull that out and use it any chance they can because the Zionists That's their go-to. Oh, you say that we kill innocent children in Palestine. We do. But you say that and I'm going to call you an anti-Semite. You say we control the American Congress. We do. But you say that and I'm going to call you an anti-Semite. You say we control the British Parliament. We do. But you say that, I'm going to call you an anti-Semite. Leaked emails reveal party's shocking failure to act. Tiger Grand National Roll. May bids to save deal with Boris. Proof Brexit. Yeah, more betrayal. General tears strip off troops on YouTube. Well, it's the usual smoke and mirror bullshit. Everything you read in the papers and that is all made up shit, most of it anyway. They throw a little bit of truth in now and again, but it's truth with their spin on it, so that you can see it, but you know, we want you to think this way as opposed to straight down the middle.